Little guy in a regular tree, or regular guy in a giant tree? I'll let you be the judge of that. Good morning, weekenders. Welcome back to another episode of the weekend vlog. I don't know what episode this is. I think it's 20, maybe 19, somewhere around there. Regardless, it's about 5:50 in the morning, and I am headed off to the airport. So the reason why I'm at the airport is because I'm a little hungry, and I'm gonna fly on over to Wood Lake, which is about a 30-minute flight north of here, and go grab some breakfast at their restaurant. Well guys, I made it to Wood Lake. Very small airport. I actually thought I landed on some private runway when I first landed, but there's the restaurant. So I'm gonna go grab a QB, or a quick bite as some people call it. Well guys, I had my breakfast in Wood Lake. Now time to head over to Delano to give some of my co-workers a ride in the plane. Well, I just made it to Delano. Had possibly the scariest landing of my life. No, definitely the scariest landing of my life. When I landed, a big gust of wind came and actually pushed me up onto two wheels sideways, so pretty scary. So I'm back in Shafter. Just got the plane back in the hangar. I decided to call off the flight with Eduardo. My takeoff out of Delano was just as scary as my landing. Not a big fan of doing that type of stuff, but you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. So now that I'm back in the hangar, I made a little invention the other day that will hopefully help me to carry bikes in the back of the plane. So I'm gonna go ahead and try it out. Well, the bikes are in the plane. They're pretty secure. Are y'all ready to see my invention for holding them secure? It's pretty fancy. Okay, not really. It's a 2x4. But I did have to cut some little notches out in it so that it would sit on the rails. Now it can't slide back and forth. I have a little bungee right there that I'm going to use to strap them down. And that's pretty much it. As you can see, I'm in the van now. I decided to head on up to Camp Nelson. It's a little further north than where Kernville is, or Lake Isabella, which I've been to before in previous episodes. Evidently there is some really good mountain bike trails up there, and it's pretty close. It's about a 2-hour drive to get there. It is currently about 1 p.m. so still have plenty of time to do something for the rest of the day. So that's what I'm gonna do, is head on up to Camp Nelson, and I'll check in with you guys when I get there. Well, I have made it to Camp Nelson. Got a little lost for a little while because there's no cell signal, but I figured it out and I've arrived. Pretty nice scenery over here. And not only that, but it's about 20 degrees cooler over here than it was in Shafter, so definitely looking forward to the ride now. I just finished my ride. There's a little bit of lying going on in that footage because all you really saw was the downhill and a little bit of uphill. And I actually did majority of my climbing on the road, but I figured who wants to really watch a road biking video? Unless you're Logan, of course. I put in mostly the good footage of the trails, and good trails they were. I did not get to do the trails that I had originally set out to do, just because the sun's going down a little quicker than I was thinking. And when I turned around, I still had 2,000 more feet of vertical to go to get to my original destination. So I actually just turned around and I was going to go down mainly the road, but I actually ended up going down a different trail. Luckily I had my GPS and I could kind of see where it was leading me, and it was super awesome. Lots of man-made jumps and drops on the whole trail, and 10 out of 10 would recommend. Surprise! It's Sunday now, folks. Just got out of church. It's actually 10:20 right now. Have not had anything to eat yet, so I'm gonna go get some food. Thank you. And head on over to the airport. So if you guys remember from yesterday, I actually ended up putting this little GoPro mount up on the roof of the plane, and then I didn't show any footage from it, and that's because it does not stick. It's a really old one, and it does not stick. It's just worn out. So I got some new double-sided tape right here, and I'm gonna try it again. All right, well, don't think it's gonna work, ever. So the original purpose of today's flight was originally to practice some landings out in Bakersfield and in Shafter, and it turned into just practicing flying in really bumpy air. It was very rough the whole time, and I only went up to like 1,500 feet, so very low, but still very rough. I also tested out the bikes in the back of the plane, and they seem to hold up pretty well in rough air. It is hot outside, so I've decided to do some little indoor projects. It's kind of a work-related project, but I'm trying to make this box into a little pump. So I actually have most of the parts and stuff inside. This is the pump that I'll be using, and I'll have the in and out right here. And then there's a battery inside and a little switch to turn it on and off. So this is what I'll be doing for the next little while. I have finished the project. It's all nice and sealed up inside the box. Got the 2 hoses running out of it. So now it's time to test her on out. Alright, so we're coming over here to the pool. Dip both the ends in and we flip on the switch. Lots of bubbles. Ooh, the bubbles have stopped. Hey, looky there. It's working. Unfortunately, this weekend has pretty much come to an end. I have 2 things left to do today. One of them is laundry, and the other one is to make this video. So with that being said, I'm gonna go take this laundry out of the dryer and croissant.